Good Wednesday morning. We are following major developments in the war with Iran.
New strikes overnight and an ominous new warning from President Trump. It is July 8th. This is Today. Breaking news, ceasefire over.
Whoa.
With the U.S. and Iran exchanging dozens of new attacks across the region, President Trump now casting doubt on the future of that interim deal to end the war.
I think it's over. I don't want to deal with anything with this scum. You know what scum is?
So, where does it all go from here? We'll have the very latest. High-rise scare. Crews racing to stabilize a 37-story building in the heart of Midtown Manhattan that showed alarming signs of buckling.
The focus is just on securing the space, making it safe.
The surrounding areas forced to evacuate amid fears of a possible collapse. We're there live. New pressure. Calls mounting for Democrat Graham Plattner to drop out of Maine's high-stakes Senate race amid troubling new allegations. Just ahead, what his ex-girlfriend now claims and how his campaign is responding this time. The heat is on again. Tens of millions on both coasts waking up to new warnings with temperatures set to feel as hot as 115 degrees in some places. Your full forecast just ahead. All that plus incredible comeback. Lionel Messi doing it once again, helping pull Argentina from the jaws of defeat at the World Cup. Crowds erupting at watch parties all across the U.S., including right here at 30 Rock. The tournament now down to the final 8. We'll have all the highlights straight ahead. And Broadway bound.
This really is a dream come true.
Dolly Parton revealing the musical about her life and career is heading to the Great White Way, opening on a very special day for the country music icon and her many, many fans. We've got all the details today, Wednesday, July 8th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melton. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. Thank you so much for starting your Wednesday with us. Chanel is in for Savannah. I know your kids
Good morning.
Have been all over the
You know
World
what?
Cup.
I try to tell the kids, Argentina pulled off that remarkable win right after trailing Egypt by 2 goals. When you're down,
yes,
you just hold on.
There you go.
And you don't give up.
No.
Because look what happened.
Especially if you believe in Messi. You've seen him do it so many times. So we're going to have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Meantime, it is a busy morning. In fact, we're following a number of developing stories overnight.
One of them unfolding right here in Midtown Manhattan. In fact, crews feverishly working to stabilize that high-rise building just a few blocks from our studio here after buckling columns prompted an evacuation and fears that building could collapse.
Overseas, officials are continuing their search for a missing Boeing 737 cargo plane that disappeared off the coast of Pakistan.
Also overnight, the U.S. and Iran trading intense new attacks. President Trump declaring just hours ago that he thinks that the fragile ceasefire between the two countries is officially over. We have all the late-breaking details covered for you. We'll start with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. He is on the ground inside Iran with the very latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. This is a serious escalation. The U.S. and Iran exchanged fire overnight, and this morning, Iran launched attacks at U.S. military bases in the Middle East. It's the most serious escalation in several weeks and raises concerns that the war between the U.S. and Iran could be starting again. This is the moment when the U.S. attacked Iran's Bandar Abbas port overnight. The video captured on an Iranian cell phone. U.S. Central Command released more video of what it said were American attacks on 80 Iranian military targets, including command and control, radar, and missile systems. CENTCOM said U.S. forces also struck 60 Iranian small boats used to attack and harass ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran fired back. air raid sirens wailing in Kuwait this morning, as Iran's Revolutionary Guard says Iran launched 85 attacks on U.S. military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. The U.S. hasn't commented on that Iranian claim. There were no immediate reports of casualties.
Thank you very much.
Speaking at a NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump had harsh words for Iran and suggested the ceasefire may be finished.
I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
But moments later, Trump said he was not breaking off negotiations with Iran completely.
I don't care. They can talk, but I think they're wasting their time. They're a bunch of lying guys.
The U.S. and NATO accuse Iran of starting this latest escalation yesterday when Iran attacked 3 commercial ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran insists it has sovereignty over the strait and wants commercial vessels to only use routes it has approved, attacking ships if they don't comply. The U.S. says passage through Hormuz must be unobstructed and free. Negotiations between the U.S. and Iran have been paused while millions of Iranians mourn the country's former supreme leader, killed by the U.S. and Israel 4 months ago. Iranian officials I'm speaking to here in Tehran are not sounding optimistic about the future of negotiations, accusing the U.S. of violating the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the U.S. and Iran.
All right, our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel, starting us off there from inside Iran. Richard, thank you.
Let's bring in NBC's chief White House correspondent, Garrett Haake. He's traveling with President Trump at that NATO summit and joins us from Turkey. Garrett, we heard the president say he thinks the ceasefire is over. What happens next?
Yeah, you heard that frustration in the president's voice about his belief he can no longer make a deal that the Iranians will stick to, slamming Iranian leaders who just a few weeks ago he was praising as smart, competent, more moderate leaders now in charge of that country. He did say, though, that talks can continue. All of that means that I think we're back where we were in early June, where the president has 2 bad options. He can try to continue talks with a regime he says he doesn't trust anymore, or he can restart a war that has been broadly unpopular in the United States, try to force open the Strait of Hormuz, force Iran to abandon its nuclear program, all of which risks raising gas and oil prices back up, something the administration is keen to avoid as we get closer and closer to the midterms.
So Iran, no doubt, top of mind there at the summit. The war in Ukraine, the Russian war in Ukraine, that's now dragged on for more than 4 years. What are we expecting to hear from leaders there about that today?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, Ukraine was supposed to be the centerpiece of this summit. It is still a major portion of it. And in fact, the president will meet with President Zelensky later this morning. They are expected to talk about expanding sanctions against Russia. And Zelensky will likely press the president to try to deliver more air defense systems and deliver them more quickly to Ukraine. It's something he's been saying for weeks that he desperately needs. I've been talking to European defense officials on the sidelines of this conference. They obviously see Ukraine as the much more urgent issue. It's the issue on their doorsteps. They've been fairly optimistic that this new set of hostilities with Iran won't derail that focus from Ukraine, which they think is at a pivotal moment right now where they may be starting to actually turn the tide against Russia. Craig?
Our chief White House correspondent, Garrett Haake, for us there traveling with the president. Garrett, thank you. Another major story that is breaking right now, overnight, search and rescue teams continuing to look for a Pakistani cargo plane that went missing in the region. And it went missing at about the same time that the U.S. military action against Iran started. NBC's Tom Costello, he covers aviation for us. Tom, good morning. What have we learned so far?
Yeah, Craig, this was a Boeing 737 cargo plane. It was flying from the United Arab Emirates to Karachi, Pakistan, when it suddenly went missing off the port or off the coast of Karachi in the Arabian Sea. The plane's route took it right over the Strait of Hormuz, but apparently went down off the coast of Pakistan, as we said. The cargo airline is K2. Pakistani Air Traffic Control says the plane reported navigational issues at 9:20 p.m. local time, then descended rapidly and began making sharp changes in the heading. Radar and radio contact, lost about 178 miles west of Karachi. Controllers have launched search and rescue teams. 5 crew members are thought to have been on board. It's not at all clear what might have happened here. Typically, if a plane loses an engine, it doesn't just drop out of the sky. It glides for a time. This plane seemed to drop like a rock. Flight Radar 24 shows an extremely steep rate of descent. Reuters is reporting this was a 737-400 cargo plane and that carrier's only aircraft. It was originally a passenger plane, but at this hour, no indication yet if it was brought down by hostile fire in the area, Craig.
All right, Tom Costello for us there. Tom, keep us posted. Thank you.
Yep.
Now to that emergency situation here in Midtown Manhattan. Crews racing to stabilize a 37-story high-rise that's undergoing construction, deemed structurally unstable and at risk of collapse. The surrounding area evacuated as a precaution after officials found buckling support columns and sagging floors. NBC's Emily Akeda joins us with the very latest. Emily, good morning.
Chanel, good morning to you. As you can see, we've been able to get a bit closer to the building because crews have made significant headway overnight, including adding more steel, noting that there hasn't been any further movement to the building. Still, it's anticipated to remain a tense situation in this congested area for the next several days as crews work to avert any kind of disaster. This morning, the rush to fully stabilize a high-rise with sunken floors and buckled support beams. Video from construction workers 21 floors up showing steel bending inside the building.
Columns are not supposed to bend like that.
Overnight, workers starting emergency repairs after drones had captured what appears to be a slight lean to the building located around the corner from Grand Central Terminal in the heart of Midtown.
We are feeling confident that many of the emergency shoring measures that have been put in place is stabilizing the situation.
Engineers and first responders first swarming the scene Tuesday when construction crews raised concerns the building was unstable.
No coming in, only out.
The emergency prompting the urgent evacuation of 9 buildings in the area, including schools, restaurants, hotels, even a local news station forced to broadcast outside.
Do I have to grab my stuff? Do I have to go to another hotel? We're here until Sunday, and this is going to impact our ability to go do the things we wanted to do, and it just made me nervous.
A limited number of residents in the area have been allowed to return.
I can say right now that the building is stable. It has not moved since we started monitoring it since earlier today.
The 37-story building is part of a cutting-edge project, converting Pfizer's former global headquarters into a 1,600-unit luxury apartment building. The developer telling NBC News safety is our #1 priority, adding the affected area is a small section. But the shaky structure is driving further scrutiny over the integrity of buildings in New York City after a public housing building partially collapsed last year in the Bronx, and on the heels of this deadly scene of a parking garage in shambles in 2023. Civil engineers say stabilizing this latest building will be complicated.
You literally have to shore up every single floor all the way up to make sure that the load is carried down to the foundation properly.
Unfortunately, there have been no reports of injuries. As for the cause, that is being investigated. But we know that part of construction involved adding in 11 additional floors. City records show that the project has faced several fines and for violations, including falling debris. But there are no prior records related to structural issues, Chanel.
All right, Emily, thank you.
Also this morning, Graham Plattner is facing new calls to drop out of Maine's high-stakes battle for the U.S. Senate. The Democratic nominee was hit with a new accusation of non-consensual sexual conduct, an accusation which he denies. NBC's Ryan Nobles has that story for us. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. This situation really has become a waiting game for Democrats in Maine. They are paralyzed and unable to move forward in what may be the most important race on the Senate map. Only Graham Plattner can decide if it is time for him to quit the race, and he has still not made up his mind.
Thank you, Maine.
A new bombshell rocking the critical Senate race in Maine that could determine control of Congress. Maine's Democratic Senate nominee, Graham Plattner, is facing mounting pressure this morning from top Democrats to end his campaign. It comes as another woman stepped forward overnight with new allegations of non-consensual sexual conduct. Plattner's ex-girlfriend, Lindsay Fiffeld, telling the Washington Post that he repeatedly removed protection without her consent during sex. saying he would do it in a sneaky way he wouldn't tell me. Plattner's campaign calling the allegation categorically false and politically motivated. Fifield previously accused Plattner of aggressive physical conduct, especially when he was drinking, which he also denied. Fifield telling CNN that Plattner later apologized to her for his behavior.
I'm hoping more people will come forward at least saying this is he was known for being very rough with people. I mean, like he apologized sober the next day on many of these occasions.
This after another former romantic partner of Plattner's, Jenny Rassicote, accused him of rape, saying he forced himself on her 5 years ago.
Did Graham Plattner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely.
Plattner denies her allegations, too. A source familiar with Plattner's thinking tells NBC News he's still undecided about whether to step down in the race against GOP incumbent Susan Collins. Two of his top Democratic supporters, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, releasing statements saying it is time for him to step aside, a sentiment echoed by many Maine Democrats.
I would tell him, nice try, buddy, but get out.
But some supporters are sticking with him.
We have to go with what we have.
Now, Plattner has just 6 days to step down to allow the state party to pick his replacement. He wants the party to choose someone who shares his progressive political views, but the party is yet to even figure out the process to pick a new candidate, and they can't move forward until Plattner decides to end his campaign. Craig?
Ryan Nobles for us there in Washington. Ryan, thank you.
We have more to get to, including the heroic action from a family dog in Connecticut. Take a look at this heart-stopping video from a home security camera. A bear runs across the family's driveway, and the husky, look at this, jumps on the bear, blocking it from a child standing there. The dog's protective instincts kicking in, biting the bear to keep it away from the boy. The boy's father said he's rewarding the loyal pup with her favorite food, a T-bone steak. I'm that pup. I want a little more.
You know, I see that husky. I mean, if our Irish doodle had come across
what would happen?
It's a different story. I guarantee it's a different story. Let us get our first check of the weather. Weekend today's Angie Lassman in for Al.
Hey, guys. Great to be with you. We've got, unfortunately, more heat to talk about, so let's do it. A whole lot of that building across parts of the South. Notice it's hot and dry across the Southwest, but the humidity is still a big factor across parts of the Southeast and the Southern Plains. Temperatures into the upper 90s in Houston. 106 is what it'll feel like. We've got 113 for Phoenix, 93 degrees in Atlanta, and feeling like 96 through the day today. 106 is what you'll top out at for your heat index in Daytona Beach. Tomorrow, not much better. Most of that same region still into the triple digits, at least for our feels like temperatures. 110 in Wilmington tomorrow, 101 for St. Louis. Notice Washington, D.C. at 86 degrees and feeling like 93, and those temperatures are going to go up as we get into the later parts of our work week. Friday, we're back to the 90s in D.C. We're into the mid-80s by Saturday. A little bit of relief on the way by Sunday, 82 degrees. We'll see those temperatures in the 90s across the Midwest to St. Louis and Omaha through the weekend. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
We're back now, 7:30 on this Wednesday morning, giving some camera time to our Plaza crowd this morning. They are always certainly excited to be here.
Speaking of great crowds at 30 Rock, take a look at this scene. This was during yesterday's World Cup watch party. Those fans, as you can imagine, went wild as superstar Lionel Messi led Argentina on a comeback for the ages after trailing Egypt by 2 goals with a little more than 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, NBC's Jesse Kirsch is following all the action for us from his post there in Miami Beach. What a match.
Craig and Chanel, good morning. I'm still not quite sure what we just witnessed. If you were at the office or restaurant or pretty much anywhere with a TV yesterday afternoon and people suddenly started screaming, there's a pretty good chance it had something to do with Argentina superstar Lionel Messi. It looked like his World Cup was about to be over, but then he proved once again why so many consider Messi the greatest soccer player of all time.
Despite missing a penalty kick and trailing most of the game, somehow this morning Lionel Messi and Argentina are heading to the World Cup quarterfinals after an epic comeback against Egypt. The reigning World Cup champions quickly fell behind. Later, Egypt scoring again, up 2-0 with only minutes to play. Then, with Argentinian fans in anguish, Messi showed us once again why he's arguably the greatest.
Messi!
His cross teeing up an Argentina goal. Then Messi blasted one in himself, punctuated by this emotional and epic call, Telemundo's Andres Cantor. For this exclamation point. 3 Argentina goals in under 15 minutes, cementing the win. Such a remarkable comeback that Tom Brady says it may top his wild 2017 Super Bowl comeback when the Patriots were down 28-3. Messi visibly emotional after the match, hugging his teammates as they celebrated by tossing him in the air. Some arguing the referee's calls favored Messi's squad, but that did not dampen Argentina's exhilaration. You can hear the moment thousands celebrated that epic comeback in the streets of Argentina, as well as in schools. Next up, Argentina plays Switzerland, which defeated Colombia in a suspenseful penalty shootout yesterday. The quarterfinals also include France versus Morocco, Spain battling Belgium, and Norway taking on England. Meanwhile, the U.S. men's national team thanking fans for their support, vowing to learn and get better, adding, "Keep believing." And there is reason to believe, considering the U.S. match Monday night was the most watched soccer game in U.S. history, with over 40 million people tuning in.
I mean, that's a staggering number there, Jess. That's a good sign for the future of soccer in this country. But let's talk about the World Cup here for just a moment. 2 teams continue to dominate. You've got Argentina, you've got France. Reasonable to believe they are on a collision course?
Yeah, so Craig, these are the last 2 teams to have won the World Cup, and the way the bracket is set up, if Argentina and France keep winning, they will face off again in the final. That would be an epic rematch from 2022. That game went all the way to penalty kicks before Argentina ultimately prevailed. Needless to say, that would be must-see TV. But even if neither of those teams make it back to the final, we're looking at more than a week still of incredible soccer moments to come, guys.
Yeah. You're right, for sure. I mean, even right now, Jesse, thank you, by the way. Even right now, just outside the window, people are already lined up for the fan experience.
I was just about to say, I wish you guys could see. I mean, these folks are up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, lining up. And then once they get there, I guess they get, mementos, pictures, photos. They can watch the game. Yeah. But it's truly a sight.
World Cup fever. Yeah. Don't forget, by the way, you can catch every World Cup match in Spanish on Telemundo and streaming on Peacock.
All right, coming up, we'll turn from soccer to tennis. The must-see highlights from some epic battles and historic wins at Wimbledon for American star Coco Gauff and Novak Djokovic.
First, though, it is driven pop culture for years now, but are viewers finally over binge watching? Could it be, Brian Chung?
Yeah, well, it seems like these days there's just a million different things that you can watch on all these streaming services. So are people getting a little bit of binging fatigue? We'll have that story on the other side right here on Today.
We are back, 7:39 now. This morning on In Depth Today, a growing shift in how we watch our favorite shows.
Apparently, folks aren't binge watching as much as they used to. NBC's business correspondent Brian Chung is looking into that rather surprising trend. Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up, guys? There's a lot of content out there, and it's not uncommon for some of us to devour an entire series in a single weekend. But now, it seems a growing number of people are rethinking their viewing habits, and the big streaming companies are scrambling to figure out new ways to keep us glued to our screens.
And it's like, how could it be all of this stuff and there's not one thing to watch?
With an ocean of streaming content these days, even Eddie Murphy complained about finding something to do in his recent documentary. Recent industry reports find some viewers are getting what they call Season 2 fatigue, a steep decline in viewership from Season 1 to Season 2 of a show.
In search of the One Piece.
Some of Netflix's biggest hits, like One Piece, Running Point, and 4 Seasons, seeing double-digit drop-off in their second seasons.
it's not just Netflix that is experiencing this. A lot of other services, see a drop off from season 1 to 2.
So what's behind the change in viewing habits? The answer may be a lot more entertainment options.
There are hundreds of new shows being released every year. You add into that podcasts and audiobooks and music and video games. There's just so much competition that the bar for what people are going to watch is very high.
There are two kinds of pain.
Netflix pioneered binge watching in 2013 with House of Cards, releasing entire seasons of a show all at once. By 2025, according to Nielsen, Netflix-style streaming eclipsed traditional broadcast and cable viewing.
We just want you to be happy.
Which then moved on to appointment viewing and weekly releases from competitors like Disney, HBO, and Apple TV. The viewing shift sparking a debate online, binging versus weekly releases.
What I've had it with is you pay for streaming services. So you're paying for it. They're not putting ads in it. And they don't release all the shows at once. And they slow drip the episodes 1 week at a time.
Can I just say that I am so glad we're going back to weekly releases of shows. It's such a good thing that, we're getting this community.
But viewers may be pivoting again as competition heats up from streamers like YouTube, which now commands about 99 minutes of our time every day. Does that tell you that the average person that's using these streaming services is just growing a little bored with what's out there?
I don't know that people would say that whatever they scroll through on Instagram is the highest quality video, but whatever happens to really capture their attention wins the day.
And Brian, in a world of shorter and shorter attention spans, are there any shows that, I don't know, still keep getting viewers season after season?
Yeah, and that is the thing, right? It's not every second season is doing poorly. The Pitt on HBO is just absolutely killing it right now. You have Stranger Things, the final season on Netflix. That was, I believe, their most watched show. And then you also have Love Island. People are coming back every single day to watch that content. So yes, in a world where you have shorts, you have reels on Instagram, you have TikTok, of course, where it's a lot of shorter content, you still have really successful shows based off of the content bringing people back. And so I'm not a big binger myself. I find it hard to watch more than 2 or 3 hours of anything on TV at one time. So
I find sometimes if there's a series that you really like, I want to.
You want to save it,
right? You don't.
I don't want to go through it all because then I get kind of sad afterwards. I'm like, it's over.
It's over.
Right? You want to stretch it
and then you have to wait
time.
for the next season.
Exactly.
That's
a little patience, I think it pays out.
There you go. For a lot of things.
Thank you, Brian. Angie Lassman, what say you? Are you a binger?
I'm a recovering binger, guys. I decided to grow up and have a little patience and wait for the episode. So I'm with you. We're all on the same page here. We've got to talk about what's going on forecast-wise, though, because it might be good to binge some episodes if you live across the Midwest today. We've got a whole lot of rain, some showers, some thunderstorms to talk about. Minneapolis stretching to Green Bay is where most of that's focused this morning. So some wet roads, soggy conditions that you'll run into as you're out and about early in the day. By this afternoon, farther to the south, it's really stretching anywhere from Green Bay all the way to Scottsbluff is where we're going to see some of those stronger storms potentially develop. There's 6 million people included in this. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Large hail. Tornado risk for tomorrow is on the low end, but notice that severe threat is up and down the parts of the southern Rockies and into the Central Plains and St. Louis, right in the bullseye of that. Meanwhile, today, heads up for some of that flooding. We'll watch for the flash flooding risk anywhere from Green Bay, Milwaukee, Waterloo, Omaha included in that. We'll see the potential to pick up maybe an inch or 2 of rain, and in some of those higher spots, localized amounts could be upwards of 3 inches of rain. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And that's a look at your forecast, guys.
All right. This is the second best time of the morning. PSSP.
Good morning, guys. If Dolly Parton's making news, I'm so here for it. The Queen of Country herself made a big announcement yesterday. Should we just let her take it away?
I can officially announce that Dolly, a true original musical, is coming to Broadway. Now, this isn't about a story about sparkle and shine on the outside. It's about where I really come from. What I've lived, what I've lost, what I've loved, and how I found my way and told it in my own words and through the music that's been part of me every step of the journey.
So a new musical based on Dolly's life is coming to Broadway, just as you heard her say. The show had its world premiere in Nashville last summer and includes some of Dolly's biggest hits, as well as new songs written by the Grammy winner. Tickets go on pre-sale today. Opening night is scheduled for January 19th, which is Dolly's 81st birthday.
I love that.
Celebrate.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Me too.
Singing along a bit.
It's a great excuse for me to get my mom to New York.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, well, there's Pop start in just a bit, but plus, Jenna's arrived with our boost today.
Yes, I brought you a boost, and this is a special one, a touching follow-up to a headline-making boost that we first brought you last week. And it's coming up right after this.
Party never starts until JBH gets here. Never starts.
Our commercial breaks.
Oh.
Quite hilarious. Okay, last week we told you about this little boy. His heart was broken after finding out his favorite player on the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, was traded to the 76ers. Jaylen commented on that viral video, writing, "We will always be friends." Well, the NBA player is keeping his promise. Yesterday, Gio got to meet his idol. Look at that. Jaylen embraced his young fan and continued to tell him it was all going to be all right. There was nothing to cry about, and they will stay pals forever. I feel like he just made Gio a 76ers.
No question. No
right?
question.
Absolutely. He's like, okay, here, come on over.
Yeah. Gio's like, Celtics who?
Exactly.
That was good.
And guys, coming up, a Pop Start exclusive. We are about to reveal the very first nominations for the 2026 Emmy Awards. But first, your local news.
It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, breaking overnight. The U.S. and Iran exchanging dozens of new attacks across the Middle East.
Whoa.
President Trump with these harsh words for Iran.
I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them and with this scum.
Suggesting the ceasefire may be over. Where it all goes from here. Then, on the rise, noticed your electricity bill climbing in this hot summer heat? Well, you're not alone. So, Vicki Wynn is here with some ways to keep yourself cool without burning through that budget. Then, marathon match. Novak Djokovic making Wimbledon history again, winning his quarterfinal match that lasted 5 hours, while Coco Gauff also advancing to make history of her own. We'll take you inside all the action. All that plus John Slattery live in Studio 1A.
Do you have an appointment? No, but I'm John
Slattery. You too, dropping new music. And Rihanna's inspiring message.
You're fired just like that.
It's all ahead today, Wednesday, July 8th, 2026.
Celebrating my 14th birthday
on the Today Show. Summer trip to New York City
from Ankeny, Iowa.
Visiting today from Jackson, Mississippi.
Spring, Texas. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Chandler, Arizona.
In San Francisco, California.
It's my birthday.
Happy anniversary, Linda.
Representing Buffalo.
Go Bills.
Hi to our kids, Blake, Max, and Hayes, in Wichita, Kansas.
How about that, Chanel Jones?
Hey.
Welcome back to Today. It's a Wednesday morning. So appreciate you starting your Wednesday with us. So appreciate all those folks who decided to stop by the plaza, start their day with us. Chanel, in for Savannah this morning.
Yes, not every day we get someone from Wichita.
I know, your people.
We'll have to go outside and say hello. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we are counting down to the release of the Rolling Stones' 25th album. Foreign Tongues is dropping on Friday. But first, we'll share Willie Geist's exclusive conversations with the legendary Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, and Ronnie Wood.
We all sat down with Willie. Looking forward to that tomorrow. Right now, though, let's get to your news at 8 o'clock overnight. The U.S. and Iran trading intense new attacks, with President Trump declaring that he thinks the fragile ceasefire between the two countries is officially over. NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel is on the ground for us. He is inside Iran. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. The U.S. and Iran exchanged fire overnight, and this morning, Iran says it launched attacks at U.S. military bases in the Middle East. This is the most serious escalation in weeks and raises concerns that the war could be starting again.
This is the moment when the U.S. attacked Iran's Bandar Abbas port overnight. The video captured on an Iranian cell phone.
U.S. Central Command released more video of what it said were American attacks on 80 Iranian military targets, including command and control, radar, and missile systems. CENTCOM said U.S. forces also struck 60 Iranian small boats used to attack and harass ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran fired back, air raid sirens wailing in Kuwait this morning, as Iran's Revolutionary Guard says Iran launched 85 attacks on U.S. military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. The U.S. hasn't commented on that Iranian claim. There were no immediate reports of casualties.
Thank you very much.
Speaking at a NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump had harsh words for Iran and suggested the ceasefire may be finished.
I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
But moments later, Trump said he was not breaking off negotiations with Iran completely.
I don't care. They can talk, but I think they're wasting their time. They're a bunch of lying guys.
The U.S. and NATO accuse Iran of starting this latest escalation yesterday when Iran attacked 3 commercial ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran insists it has sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz and wants ships to only use routes it has approved, attacking vessels that refuse to comply. The U.S. says the straits must be open without conditions. Craig?
Our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel, inside Iran for us this morning. Richard, thank you.
Here at home, crews are rushing to stabilize a New York City high-rise that showed alarming signs of buckling. Video from construction workers shows steel bending inside the 37-story building. The structure is in the heart of Midtown, just around the corner from Grand Central Station. As a precaution, 9 nearby buildings were evacuated yesterday, including schools, restaurants, and hotels. But with some signs of progress overnight, a limited number of residents have been allowed to return.
The family of an 18-year-old found dead after July 4th boat trip has hired a powerful lawyer in their search for answers about the teenager's disappearance near an island off the Gulf Coast. The family has retained prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump, saying in part, quote, "We will not rest until every fact about what happened to Nolan is brought into the light." Nolan Wells' body was discovered off the coast of Horn Island, Mississippi. He was last seen traveling by boat with friends to the island on Saturday, but did not return with those friends that afternoon.
Switching gears now to a record-breaking night at Wimbledon as we inch closer to the finals this weekend. NBC's Danielle Hamamdjian joins us from London with all the big wins yesterday, including of a couple of Americans moving on. Danielle, good morning.
Good morning, Chanel. That's right. It was a day of stunning showings at Wimbledon, from U.S. star Coco Gauff to Novak Djokovic, giving his all in a marathon match that he called an unforgettable night shift. At age 39, Novak Djokovic is making Wimbledon history yet again. On center court, the 7-time Wimbledon champion outlasting Canadian Félix Auger-Aliassime in an epic 5-set match that lasted 5 hours and 15 minutes, the longest quarterfinal in Wimbledon history.
What can I say? I mean, these are kind of moments that I still play tennis for sure.
The Joker, who's chasing his 25th Grand Slam title, soaking in the applause and busting out some moves on the grass, a victory dance created by his daughter.
I was telling the kids to go to sleep after the fourth, but they didn't want to listen. And I'm glad they stayed, because it was honestly one of the best matches I was part of on this court in my career.
Earlier, Coco Gauff fighting back from a set down against fellow American Jessica Pegula to reach her first Wimbledon semifinal. Gauff appearing shocked at the moment of victory. At 22 years old, she's now the youngest player to make the semifinals at all 4 Grand Slams since Maria Sharapova in 2007. In her 6 previous appearances at this tournament, Gauff had never gotten past the 4th round.
Honestly, pretty insane, considering how I hadn't won a match on grass in 2 years before this tournament.
Last year, after winning the French Open, Gauff telling Today.
People say first time is luck and the second time is a habit, and hopefully I can get a third and a fourth and all of that.
Now, the women's semifinals are slated for this Thursday. Goff, who is the highest remaining seed in the women's draw, will face off against Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic. Another American, Taylor Townsend, also reached the quarterfinals after a victory in the women's doubles. Chanel, Craig.
All right.
Thank you, Danielle.
Coco Gauff, semifinals, first
Rooting
time.
for her.
Let's go,
It's great.
Coco. Let's go. Much more ahead, including pop star Kaylee in for Carson this morning.
Yeah, hey guys. Bono and the boys are back. Something else we can cheer about. We'll check out U2's first single and music video from their long-awaited new album.
But first, Vicky's here to help you control one of summer's biggest expenses, staying cool. The tips and tricks you need to know to keep your bills in check. Right after this.
Oh, we are back now, 8:12, and this morning on Today's Consumer, we're going to help you manage those soaring summer electricity bills.
As temps rise, so do our utility costs. So here with ways to keep cool without burning through your budget is NBC's Chief Consumer Investigative Correspondent, Vicky Nguyen. Hey, Vicky.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Let's dig in here. So the costs are expected to rise this year. How much more should families expect to pay?
Yeah, Chanel, this summer, the average American household is expected to pay nearly $800 just for cooling costs. That is up 10.5% just from this time last year. And this is part of a bigger trend. Cooling costs on average have gone up nearly 40% since 2020, which is crazy. Three things behind it. One, the power grid is being updated, so there are costs associated with that. Two, those AI data centers popping up everywhere. They're sucking down all the juice.
Wow.
And then three, to quote Nelly, it's getting hot in her. Okay? It's just getting hotter. Like forecasters are saying this could be the hottest summer on record.
Wow.
Now, how much are you gonna pay? That depends on where you live. For the mountain region, that's Arizona, Colorado, Nevada. You're seeing costs up 14% just from last summer. Western Midwest, you're getting a little bit of a break in Kansas, Missouri, and Minnesota, up just about 5%.
Vic, weigh in on what's become a bit of an age-old debate about the AC. Like, when you leave, especially if you're leaving for a couple of days, should you turn it off altogether, or should you let it keep running at a reasonable temperature so it doesn't have to work so hard when you come back?
Yeah, you hear a lot of people say you should never turn off your AC because when you come back, it's gonna cost so much and use so much energy to bring it back up. So modern AC, according to the experts, that is actually not true. You're okay to turn it off. They actually recommend turning it way up to about 78 degrees. And not only, Craig, for when you go away for a couple of days, for the 8 to 10 hours that you're out of your house when you're at work, consider leaving the thermostat at 78 degrees. That makes a big difference. When you're at home, they say 70 to 78 degrees is what you should leave it. I actually do keep our house around 76 to 78. It saves a lot. I know you guys do that so much.
76 to 78?
Listen, you acclimate. You acclimate.
Your
You get
poor
used to it.
children.
I
Sweating
know.
all over the place.
They're wearing tank tops and shorts. They're fine. And then here's the thing, though. For every degree that you can turn your thermostat up, that's 3% in savings on your electric
No,
bill.
I was going to
That
ask you
makes a
for
big
tips, but
difference.
you're kind of giving them to us. I was going to ask you for some free or low-cost steps.
Oh, for sure.
That could save money.
First of all, Chanel, block the sun wherever you can. So just something as simple as closing your blinds,
bring it
closing
down.
your drapes.
Yep.
Consumer Reports did this study, and they found that drapes that are like light in color, medium in color, with that white plastic backing can reduce heat gain by 33%. So just keeping the windows closed, planting some trees to provide shade, that's not very expensive and pays off over time. Something as cheap as $20 for like weather stripping tape. You can seal up the windows, make sure that there's caulking, you know, to prevent any air leaking from your home. Also, those filters. Clean those air conditioning filters or replace them every 3 months.
Every 3 months?
Yes, or more often if you don't vacuum a lot or if you have a lot of pets, okay? Because that's going to help your system work a lot more efficiently. And then using a fan, even a floor fan or a ceiling fan, you can actually bump up your thermostat by a couple degrees, turn on the fan, it's going to feel just as cool. And the thing is, remember, the fan cools you, it doesn't cool the room. AC cools the space, the fan just cools you. So when you leave the room, turn off the fan to save power.
What if you've got, some time, maybe a few extra bucks, and you want to invest in something that long-term could have more benefits in terms of bringing down those costs?
It's a good question.
Solar panels
Greg.
still a big thing?
Solar panels are a big thing, but I would say a lot cheaper than that is just thinking about how old is your air conditioning unit. If it is 12 years or older, it may be time to invest in the upgrade. You want to look for Energy Star certified units. And then a window unit could save you also 15%, 30% if you upgrade your old AC unit on your overall electric bill throughout the year. adding additional insulation. You can hire a contractor. You can also get a home energy audit from your utility company. And a lot of times they give you credits and rebates to help kind of boost this energy efficiency in your home. You could save almost $200 by adding insulation per year. And then those smart thermostats, that's a really good idea because you can program it to automatically go to 78 when you're gone, cool it down when you're about to come home. Those can save you about $100 a year.
Last question.
Yes.
When your children, when they go to other people's homes, and those homes are reasonably like climate controlled, and they come home to your place, are they like, Mom, why are we living like this?
You know what? They do ask, and then they also tell me that kids in the other houses are wearing sweatshirts inside because it's so cold. When you have it at 68 degrees, that is not what nature intended for you to feel in the summer. We've got to feel the temperatures.
Your nature and my nature are different.
Yes.
Yeah, different natures.
Different natures.
That was good advice. Thank you, Vicky.
Best time of the morning.
Let's go, guys.
No pressure, Kaylee. Carson this morning.
So first up, we'll start with the Emmys. Yesterday, it was announced that Mariska Hargitay is hosting the 78th ceremony, celebrating the best of television. Who doesn't love to see that?
She's loved.
And this morning, we have a big pop star announcement. We can exclusively reveal the nominees in 2 categories. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with Outstanding Reality Competition Program, and the nominees are
Dancing with the Stars, RuPaul's Drag Race.
You won't let anybody take away the shine that God gave you. Hallelujah!
Survivor.
50 in the hands of the fans.
Top Chef.
Behind.
This kitchen's crazy. Things are ramping up.
Trying to put eyes on a blowtorch?
The Traitors. Come to me.
How does it feel?
Treacherous.
Some love to Traitors.
How about it?
By the way, people are obsessed with Traitors. I feel like it has a shot.
Let's go,
gotten on the
Traitors.
boat yet, but maybe I need
Well, it
to.
feels like RuPaul's drag race wins like every other
done
year.
very well over the years.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll see.
Another category to go.
Okay.
Outstanding Variety Series. The nominees are The Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and our friends at Saturday Night Live.
Seems like a no-brainer.
We're on a roll.
SNL.
There you go.
Maybe Colbert, since it was his last season.
I think he probably has it, don't you?
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
So, congrats to all, and the rest of the nominees will be out later this morning. And a reminder, you can catch the Emmys September 14th right here on NBC and streaming on Peacock. That's probably not the last reminder.
For the host, though, I think it's the first time they've gone with a non-comedian in decades with Mariska.
Oh, I know. And by the way, she loves stuff. You know, she just was on Broadway, so I feel like she'll be so good at it.
I love that. And she's loved.
Yes.
Like we like her.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
truly.
Okay. What you got?
We're
What's
on
next?
board. Okay, next up, U2. Remember a few months back, we saw the band in Mexico City, wondered what that was all about. The Irishmen were spotted filming in the streets of the city center. Massive crowds gathered around. Well, now we have an official look at that project. The iconic band dropping a new song, Street of Dreams, and along with it comes a music video. Take a look. How lucky were the folks in that crowd in Mexico City? Walking down the streets, stumbling into a U2 show. And guys, they are on the edge of an album announcement. Street of Dreams will be on their next record. That's set to release later this year.
I hope they go on tour.
They would be selling out.
I know.
I remember
For my
that.
40th, it was a dream. Started to talk about Street of Dreams.
Love that. And next up, more music for you. Rihanna, the superstar, is shining a light on some special fans. She stopped by a local grocery store as part of an online series with reporter Jason Lee. And in the video, Rihanna runs into a woman who was a little self-conscious to take a photo. And here's how the Grammy winner reacted.
I look terrible. I live with cancer. Can I take a picture with you? I'm local here.
You don't look terrible.
I do. I don't.
You want to take a
Yeah, everyone knows me. I don't have my wig on. Thanks.
You look great. But you know what I live for? A good hairline, honey. This is what I like to see. Anytime you meet anybody, don't do that. You're fired just like that.
Oh,
That's what she said to you.
She is definitely in her era of lifting women up, and I'm here for it.
You're fired.
Right?
She called you fire.
Yeah.
Can we
you know,
relive?
I got an expletive.
Oh.
In a good way.
Yeah.
How about we relive that moment?
Sure.
Oh.
Okay.
I want to see
this was planned.
I didn't see it.
So many people, when they come here on the carpet, it's take, take, take. But my goal was to give back. Because I feel like your talent gives us.
But
so I just
you
wanted
deserve to be poured into as well.
Thank you. So can
It's
this be
not all about giving into everybody.
Thank you, Rihanna.
You deserve to be poured into, and you're beautiful. You're a black journalist, and I respect you, and I love you for this. And by the way, your outfit is
I love you, Rihanna.
Oh, I missed that.
I love it. This is the first time you've seen it.
I didn't see that.
I've seen it before. I watched it on Instagram 450
Oh my
times.
God.
Well, in real time, listen, when you're on the red carpet, your goal is just to, tango with folks, but you're trying to give to them. And I didn't see it coming that she would try to give back to me.
We missed the part where she said to Chanel, "How are you tonight?"
Yeah. I mean, everything's going.
What's going on with you
she's
tonight?
just like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Are we doing this here?"
You should put that on a T-shirt.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope you
What,
have
a
that
picture
video
of me and
saved
Rihanna?
on your
you were
phone so you can just
fire.
relive it again and again. It's like anytime you're having a bad day.
There you go. Just play that again.
Rihanna, she's
Thank
here
you,
for
Rihanna.
And how about this? Elton John, the Grammy winner, said goodbye to touring back in 2023. Well, looks like the Rocket Man is gearing up for takeoff once again. Guys, 3 years later, Elton John announcing 2 more farewell shows in Mexico City. Those will take place October 2nd and 3rd, and tickets go on sale next week.
I mean, between Elton John, U2, and tomorrow the Rolling Stones, I mean...
I think it should be encouraging to everyone.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw Bon Jovi get back on stage last night
That's
after
right.
his
That's
4-year
right.
hiatus.
How was
it? Pretty fantastic. I thought the most special thing about the show was the smile on his face. Just the absolute appreciation for a packed Madison Square Garden, and nobody left. Like, final song, everybody's still there.
Well, because what was the last song? Don't Stop?
It was incredible.
Of course it was.
I love that.
And guys, finally, one more thing for you. Hoda, an all-new episode of Making Space is out for our girls. She's sitting down with Emmy nominee Laverne Cox, who reflected on her family's support for her on-screen roles.
What was like the first time your mom saw you on Orange is the New Black? What did
she'd been seeing me on television before that.
Right.
I had guest spots on things and had done reality television. So whenever I was on TV, she would like make little cards and pass them out in church. She was the president of the usher board, so she would like, Laverne's going to be on TV at this particular time.
Okay, that is the cutest ever.
It really is.
So for the full episode, you can search for Making Space wherever you get your podcasts.
Another round? Wait, you still good with these, or do you prefer your beloved rye?
Today, I'm on the Roger Sterling diet.
We're back with a little Mad Men also. Those iconic characters played by John Hamm and this guy right here, John Slattery. More than a decade after they last appeared in those roles, well, they're teaming up again. Teaming up in the new movie, Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. It follows a bride-to-be who's driven to find and court Mr. Hamm. And who better to help make that introduction than John's longtime buddy, played by John Slattery himself. Take a look.
Can I help you?
Hi, we're here to see John Hamm.
Do you have an appointment? No, but I'm John Slattery. Yeah, I know. Hey. What's up, man? Hi. Respect to the work, bro. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. All right, y'all have a good day.
Wait. No, wait, come back.
Wait. Ow.
John, welcome back.
Thank you.
I was just telling you, I watched it last night. It's laugh out loud funny. Like, there are parts, and there's not a lot these days that's actually laugh out loud funny. It's laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, really funny. Those guys are great filmmakers, David and Ken Marino.
You've got 100 acting credits to your name. You got a slew of Emmy nominations. How did this role come to be?
I was shooting something. I was in Europe, and John Hamm texted me and said, David Wayne has a script, and I've read it. It's really funny, and you should read it, and I'm going to do it. I think Hamm said he's basically going to do it. So I was jet-lagged, and I was up in the middle of the night, and I read it in an hour and a half and said, I'm in. It was so funny and so weird and silly. So I was in right away.
I think, not to spoil it, I think it's going to be one of those films that years from now, people will consider it a cult classic. I mean, there's so many moments in the film that are just It's like just chef's kiss in terms of the dialogue.
That's great.
John, so set it up. Like you're playing yourself.
I'm playing myself. I haven't worked in 10 years. I'm doing karate in my garage. And they come to me because they don't really have any leads to get to John Hamm, who lives at the Chateau Marmont. So I have a slew of texts that he hasn't returned. And we basically set out to try and track down John Hamm.
And you played John Slattery before. You played yourself in a couple cameos.
I have. Tina Fey had a show, Girls Five Eva. We did, my wife and my son and I played ourselves. And I did it one other time. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. When you play yourself, like, do you actually have to work at playing yourself?
No. What are you going to do? Who's going to tell you you're doing it wrong?
Director can't give you notes.
No, but it was so silly and stupid and out there that it was, there's no, it was really just about how committed are you to the bit.
Yeah.
And everybody right away was diving in 100%, so it was easy to kind of just jump in.
There are a bunch of cameos, bunch of cameos throughout the film. We don't want to give away any of the cameo. Well, maybe we do. I mean, what can folks expect just in terms of the cameos?
Well, I mean, if you look back at David Wayne's IMDb, you can see all the people that he's worked with, and a few of those people, bold-faced names show up. But I'm not going to be the one to give them away.
That was good. You danced around that pretty well.
Thank you.
What was it like being back with your boy, John Hamm, on set?
It's great. It's so easy. We have a similar sense of humor, and we actually didn't do very much together on this because we don't track him down until the end of the film. Actually, the first day of work, he was on set. We shot at the Warner Ranch, and he was in a white dinner jacket looking like James Bond. But I can't give that bit away either because that's how the movie ends. But, yeah, we saw each other after shooting, mostly. But we didn't do very many scenes together.
Have you gotten tired yet of folks coming up to you on the street and talking about Roger Sterling and running lines with you on the street?
No, it's always great. I mean, it's always nice. I mean, and complimentary. No, I like it.
It's one of the best shows in the history of television still, after all these years. And a lot of folks are rediscovering, like folks going back now to watch Mad Men for the first time.
Yeah, which is great.
Why do you think that is? With so much other content now.
I mean, I think the cream rises to the top. I think it's well written. I think it's well executed and it's timeless, and it isn't about today's politics. No. It isn't, I think that's what this movie is good for too. It's something that isn't. I mean, the country's divided. It's a chance to go to see a big old school comedy in a movie theater, and forget your problems.
It's just weird and silly. We can unplug and be weird and silly.
Yeah.
Before I let you get out of here, your celebrity sex pass. If you got one, who would it be?
That's a tricky question. You're going to just. Offend everybody.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, that's the title of the film.
I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I used to watch old movies. I kind of got obsessed with old movies, and fell in love with Katharine Hepburn as in black and white, and then saw her on a talk show, and she was 92 years old, and I was crushed. So that was my first.
Okay, all right. You know what? We're going to leave it there, John Slattery. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you. It's called Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. It is out in theaters this Friday. Chanel?
All right, shifting gears. Just ahead, we are talking tech and the latest and greatest gadgets and apps with our friend Katie Linendahl. We've got some cool stuff for you. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back at 8:43, diving into the latest tech trends to make your life just a little bit easier, maybe a bit more fun. And of course, that means our friend and tech expert, Katie Linendahl, is here, and she has rounded up some of the coolest new gadgets and apps for us. Good morning to you.
Good morning. So good to be joining you.
So good to see you. We bonded like, what, 15 years ago at the Consumer Electronics Show? Okay, so this is what do you call it?
This is mind-blowing. This is called Sticker Box, and it is one of the coolest gadgets that I have tried lately. What it does is it creates a custom sticker for you in a matter of seconds. I'm going to press the button,
test it.
And then you're going to tell it any idea your imagination can come up with. You ready?
Uh-huh. I want to see a duckling on a beautiful day across the pond, sailing across the pond.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So what's awesome about it is use AI to generate an image instantly right off the bat. And what's so cool is it doesn't have any toner, no ink, and automatically you have your very own sticker.
So you can just tell it anything?
You can tell it anything. It's obviously kid safe, which I love. It's built in here. They can decorate water bottles. They can decorate notebooks. Fun for sleepovers. Fun for classroom. I haven't seen a gadget like this in quite a while. And
I haven't seen one ever.
Right?
That's
Sticker
amazing.
box.
Okay, this next one you say is one of the best massagers, and you've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot, and I've spent a lot of money on massagers in the thousands. You know, we're fitness gals.
I know, I was going to say, and I know for you. And so even though you're petite, does it fit?
It fits perfectly.
Or what if
so
you're a
I've
big
actually
guy?
customized this. This is so neat. It actually is a wireless backpack design. So the nodes inside here have multiple massage modes. I have customized this so it fits me perfectly. There's also heat settings, but the kneading inside here is amazing. It's from Ibreo. I was estimating this about $300-400. Yeah. $79.99. Oh wow. The reviews are so incredible for people saying they're getting them for your loved ones, for their older parents, and it feels awesome.
Even if they just,
but wireless
they can
too.
just sit down and just, like this person. Oh my gosh.
And I love that you can also use it. It's full body. So as you can see, I'm doing neck and shoulders, but you can use it for your legs. You can use it around your back. But the whole part is you can be cooking. You can be walking around the house. You can be working.
For $80
while also getting a massage, and it clips right to your back.
Can't beat it. Okay, so tell me about this. Craig was just asking me about these.
Yeah, this is so cool. CoinSnap is an awesome app. Like growing up with my pops, we used to collect coins. I think many people have collected coins, but you're like, the $1,000,000 question is, are they worth anything?
Are they worth anything?
The CoinSnap app has a database of hundreds and thousands of apps. You scan in a matter of seconds. It'll take a front back photo, and it'll tell you what the coin is, where it's from, and the estimated value.
Wow.
Chanel, I'm no pro coin collector.
Yeah.
In 20 coins, I had about over $1,000.
What?
From coins from all around the country that my dad and I were collecting.
I used to collect them as a kid. We put them in little folders with the...
And you have your jars.
Like
this is one of my jars. It's so nerdy,
pretty
but
cool.
it's so fun, and it's great to see if you have a treasure hidden inside.
That's cool. All right, what about this?
All right, for those trying to cut back on their screen time, this gadget could be a game changer. It is brick. It is so tiny, but it also is about making you have less time on your social media or anything that is time
Can I use this for my teenagers?
You sure can.
So what do you do?
What you do is you set up a schedule for any time you don't want to be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, for example, and it will set your schedule to block you out of the app. Or you can just hit the phone with the brick and it will lock you out. And to unbrick it, you just tap your phone again. It is about creating more mindfulness about how much time you are spending on your devices.
And then if it's hard, you realize how much you use it and you're addicted to it.
And by the way, $59, no subscription fees, easy to use.
I love that. Okay, last but not least.
Last but not least, this is another great little small gadget that is making big impact. It's called Spark AI. If you drive a car, everybody should have a Spark. Okay. Instantly, you plug this into your OBD port in your vehicle. Okay. In a matter of seconds, 50,000 diagnostic vehicle checks. It will tell you if you have any issues in your car and also the estimated cost. So you walk into the mechanic knowing what's wrong and also having knowledge of what it might cost. What also is neat, some more features, you can take a photo, as you see there, for example, of your tires. If it sees the tread is low, it'll tell you how many miles you have left. It also gives you a time lapse to tell you any vehicle report history, any accidents your car has been in. What? One time buy, the entire family can use Spark. A must-have for anybody that has a vehicle. If I'm sending kids back to school, I want to make sure they have this in
You know
the
what,
car.
if I was looking for a used car, I would probably use it.
Exactly. You save a lot of money by getting those car history reports.
Katie, thank you, Katie. Before you go, wait a minute. I just found out about this. You sing country music?
I do.
I had no idea.
Yes.
You have a new song out. She has a new song out.
Thank you. Yes. Oh my goodness. In honor of America 250. We were so over the moon. It hit #1 on iTunes music videos, and yeah, the glasses come off and the country music comes out.
Wait a minute, Katie, that's amazing.
Thank you.
You're like a workout buff, you're a tech buff, and you sing. I love that. Thank you, Katie. And
blessing.
congratulations. Thanks. Okay, up next, Rosé all day. We are turning your favorite wine into the perfect summer cocktail. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back with a special edition of Today Food.
And if you were looking for the ultimate summer drink, it's hard to beat rosé. Why not take that glass to the next level?
Why not? Yes. So here to show us how to do that, to turn a simple rosé into the perfect cocktail, Danae Burston. He is the founder and CEO of Lafette Wine Company. It's one of the country's top luxury imported rosé brands. It's like we've got royalty here. Welcome
Thank you
to
guys.
today.
Thank you for having me.
You know,
It's a pleasure.
rosé is having its day, but you say there's some other ways that we can have it.
Absolutely.
How to redefine how people think of rosé.
Absolutely. Well, first we need a cheers.
Cheers.
Bienvenue à la
Oh,
fête.
okay.
Welcome to the party.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So sorry about that.
Cheers.
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 Good morning.
Thank you.
Yes. So for us, you know, we'd say rosé done differently, right? That's been our tagline since the beginning. So today we're going to walk you through a couple different cocktails that are wine-based. Your favorite cocktails are wine-based, made with rosé, so you can show the different ways we can enjoy the summer drink.
That sounds great. Okay.
Absolutely. So first up, we have the rosé margarita, which we call the Saint-Tropez margarita, because that's where we're from.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 parts rosé wine, 1 part tequila, 1 part simple syrup, and 1 part lime juice.
Those all sound like hugs. Yeah, I'm like, those are all, is this what it is?
That is what it is.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so while you're shaking it, I'll try it.
Can we also say that the rosé by itself is fantastic?
I love that. Thank you
for
so much. So this is the cocktail here.
That is yummy.
Oh, are you kidding
It's
me?
surprisingly yummy, right? So we tell everyone,
That
like,
is yummy.
there's a such thing as no alcohol. This is a lower alcoholic cocktail, your favorite cocktail.
Refreshing, right? Not
Super
too
light.
But I'll be honest with you, until this morning, I've never made a drink with rosé.
Same.
I've never
And
Now
I
you wanna
never
make money.
thought about doing it with tequila.
Never even crossed my mind.
2 of my favorite things, rosé and tequila.
I
So
love
perfect
that.
summer. Yeah,
Same.
absolutely.
All right, let's do another one.
So next up we have what we call the Paloma. So Palomas we know are very refreshing, very light. So we're going to make this from a rosé wine. So 2 parts rosé wine, a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of maple brown syrup, sugar syrup, excuse me, Lillet Blanc, which is a white wine and lemon aperitif.
Okay.
And a little bit of lime juice.
I have a feeling we're going to love this one too.
Shake that up.
How do you come up with these? I guess you just know what tastes good and add a little rosé.
I mean,
That's
listen.
you're 2 for 2.
So what we like to say is this is like, when you take a sip of this, your body automatically cools down.
Yep.
It's 2 of the perfect things. Rosé and grapefruit is fantastic.
Rosé.
It's that
Where are we gonna, I guess
similar
we can find these
flavor
recipes
profile.
online. These are delicious.
So the recipes are definitely online. Next up, we have the rosé Negronis. This is for my guys that think they don't like rosés. So this is
like
perfect.
rosé, Greg?
You like Negronis?
I like Negronis.
Okay, so you're gonna love this cocktail here. So this is 2 parts rosé wine.
Okay.
A little bit of Campari, because you still need that base.
Okay.
A little bit of bitters, splash of bitters.
I do like that.
And then you stir this
Oh,
until
that's
chilled.
good. It's Aperol-y.
Very Aperol. So it's
Yeah,
like a little
I made that
a
word up,
French
by the way.
Aperol.
Exactly.
And you pour it over that rock.
Yum.
Now you have the perfect after dinner drink, or with your cigar, if you like cigars, this is the perfect
I do
drink
like
for
a
a man.
cigar, too.
There you go.
And this one is not too sweet.
Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. And that's the perfect thing for us. It's too hot to drink sweet drinks in the
Yeah,
summer. So
yeah.
everything's very light and refreshing and meant to just energize you.
Well, on that note, is that frosé
This is frosé. This is the original OG cocktail of summer,
I
right
love
here. And like rosé makes you happy in general. You
does.
put a little bit of frozen stuff behind it, it's game over.
So what do you do? What's your
So I
cocktail?
I typically use Kelvin's organic frosé mix, right? Because it's
Okay.
already all in one. Put a
Wait,
little
is there? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, organic. Listen.
No, an organic.
Frosé mix.
A frozen. It's already frozen.
It's already, the mix
you
is
have to-
pre-made.
Pre-made
So you put the
mix, I mean.
rosé and a little bit of tequila in it. We do ours with tequila versus vodka. We like it a little bit more punchy. Turn the blender on. I won't turn this on for the sake of TV, but here you go.
You're 4 for
Frosé.
4,
Listen.
Well done.
Yum.
Thank you so much.
How long have you been doing this?
So I started the company in 2019, so we're now going into year 7. I would say.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
In Baltimore.
Yeah.
Making Baltimore proud.
Listen, we try.
And Saint-Tropez too.
There you go.
There you go. This is delicious. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for
opening our
having me.
eyes. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
Rosé cocktails.
Rosé. By the way, Chanel just asked where you can find the recipes.
Yes.
Fear not. These creative cocktails are on the website. The recipe's all there. Today.com/food. We're back with your 3rd and 4th hours after. Quick check your local
This
news
is
weather.
worth it.
All day, guys.
Cheers.
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 Very, very good.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.